What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So no way did I expect to get this much of a reaction and support of the new coin that I just built. Obviously, if you didn't know that I created a coin and am tying it sort of to Shiba Inu in a way of burning off Shiba Inu, I did create a coin. If you go to my page, you're going to see this video. I just created a coin that will burn Shiba Inu. And again, this coin will burn not only by the dip coin, but it will also burn Shiba Inu. I wanted to get to a lower supply, and as it gets to those lower supplies, I want to make sure that it's a popular coin, something that can increase people's wealth, and then also provide more to Shiba Inu than we already provide, right? I'm looking to get that to another level while also doing something big for buy the dip coin. So I really appreciate all the positivity that we're getting with this coin. And remember, I'm very transparent. I'm live every morning. If you guys want to talk to me, I always respond back on Twitter, in the Discord group, if you guys have any concerns at all. So feel free to reach out to me in any way. I know there was a little bit confusion as to what's going on in the beginning stages, but I'm going to explain all of that in this video. So before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, also hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and make sure that you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. Now, a number of people reached out to me and said, hey, what's with all the fluctuation in the price action? Why are we seeing maybe massive movements, where it started and all of that? Well, let me start out from the beginning. So I did not expect to get this much traction from the start. I did not expect for it to skyrocket. So I created a little liquidity in order to have the first quarter actually be something big for Shiba Inu, because if I started out as 0.0001 cent or something like that, that would have made basically all of that supply be eaten up very, very quickly, which meant it would have been no value to the coin by the dip coin. So I priced it at a point to where it was like 5 cents, very, very low, and people started buying it up. And then it went up to a high point, I think, of like $2 or so, maybe even a little bit higher than that. And I needed to add some more liquidity because it was starting to get too high of a price, right? When you start to buy up all the liquidity in pancakeswap and you have 20 coins that are left, of course, those 20 coins are going to be valued very, very high because there's only 20 coins that are left, right? So I needed to add liquidity for the demand that it actually was. So I did add liquidity, added about 25,000 coins that are there into the circulation, which I made a little bit of a mistake into sending 35,000 to the contract address, which we can get into in a little bit. But, making a coin and, going through all of these steps, you obviously make little mistakes here and there. But I know that where we are at now is a very comfortable spot because there is basically 25,000 that's out there in circulation. If you wanted to take some and, sell it, if you wanted to do that, that would add it back into the pool. And then we would be able to see some fluctuation, some movement in the price, some normal movement in the price. But it looks like for the most part, everybody is holding or actually buying more in some of these dips. That's the whole purpose of the coin, buying the dip, right? So let's go ahead and dive into my screen really quick. And what we're going to look at here is now we're going to look at buy the dip coin on BS Scan or BSC scan. You're going to see that 62 addresses now hold by the dip coin, which is really, really interesting. I thought that maybe in the first quarter, we'll see a little bit of traction with like 5 people, maybe 10 people. That's including me. But we actually got a pretty decent size amount of people that came out in support of this coin, and some people that actually bought a decent size amount just recently, buying, 5,000 plus coins, having 3%, 3.7% of the total supply that's actually out there. So that's very, very interesting to be able to see people that supported this much. Now, the coin is priced very low right now, and it continues to go up as coins are bought. But people are buying it, left and right. And it's really, really interesting to see people support it this much. So I really appreciate you supporting this coin and also supporting multiple causes, right? Supporting Buy the Dip and supporting Shiba Inu coin, because we're going to burn off Shiba Inu with this coin. So it's going to be every quarter. We're going to make sure we have a long life for Buy the Dip coin and also for making sure that we're not burning just a massive amount of Shiba Inu right from the start. Because if we do that, we see an increase and we see a decrease. I don't want that to happen. I want it to be a steady increase. As time goes on, you see the amount that's burned off, you see the popularity, you see the hype that's around by the dip that's doing this for Shiba Inu, and you're a part of both positions. So it should be really, really good. But you're going to see here that this right here was the mistake, right? It has no effect to you. It just has an effect to my overall plan, right? So I sent 35,000 to the contract address. If anybody knows of any ways that you can get it back from the contract address, because I wanted to use 35,000 in order to use for circulation, right? Everything else that was sitting in there that was going to sit in my wallet and another wallet in order to burn off coins. That would have been the whole purpose behind burning off the coins that are out there versus having 35,000 or so that's in circulation and whatever we end up selling for Shiba Inu. Now, you could see here, a lot of people are buying this coin. We have a ton of transactions. If I look at the overall transactions, we have 208 transactions in the last day. It was live at 3 o'clock yesterday, so it hasn't even been 24 hours, and we already see 208 transactions, 62 addresses that are holding it, and it's just amazing. So again, I appreciate the support. If we go over to pancakeswap to understand, you can go into create liquidity yourself if you feel like the coin is valued at a little bit more. And as you add to these liquidity pools, or you create your own liquidity pools, you can take your liquidity out as things do increase. But right now you're seeing I have USDT, which there's about 11,600 that's left in the liquidity pool. You're going to see basically 1 or 200 BTD in the BNB to BDT liquidity pool. Or BTD. I can always mix that up. But yeah, that's what you're looking at there. But you can always add your own liquidity if you wanted to. Just come over here and select whatever coin you want and add your own liquidity so that, you can obviously have a say in determining the price as well if you hold a decent size amount. So that's the way that we're doing it. I believe liquidity is set for right now, unless somebody else as a holder comes over and sets different liquidity, maybe takes 1,000 and sets a different price or a certain percentage. So you can definitely check all that stuff out and do all that yourself. But if we wanted to go over to what the price is, so let's go over to trade now. We're going to look at USDT and bring in BDT. And we're basically going to say whatever 1 BDT is, it's worth about 22 cents for USDT. So we're slowly growing, right? I understand that things were at a higher level when we had less coins out there in the liquidity pool. But trust me, it would have gotten messy. It would have gotten very, very messy if you leave only 20 coins that are in there. So thank you for subscribing, Joshua. I appreciate it. So that's what I wanted to talk about there. It was a little bit of a mess, but now I can say that we're in a comfortable spot and we see consistent growth, because in the beginning of creating this new liquidity, it was at a price of 15 cents and then increased all the way up to 22 cents. So we're actually seeing it grow as people are buying it, seeing multiple people that are buying it. And it's just amazing to see that. So I'm really happy to see the growth with this coin. Now, on the way that we're going to burn Shiba Inu, so this is the method that we're going to burn Shiba Inu. You can see over here all of the money that will be burned at a certain market cap. Now, right now, the market cap is very low because we're looking at pennies compared to the overall supply, right? Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. But once we start getting into the dollar range, once we start getting into the $2 range, $3 range, $10 range, as we have this this lower and lower amount of BDT or BTD that's in the liquidity pool, I think we're going to see this price actually increase quite a bit. And we'll get set up for everything when it comes to other exchanges. We're only a day into it, and people are asking me about when it's going to go on major exchanges and all that other stuff. It's still new, right? I'm still brand new to all of this. And I'm going through all of the steps in order to do it, but I still don't even have the logo, posted on Binance Smart Chain Scan. I submitted it, but it's going to take a while for it to actually go through. We're still only one day in, and we're getting a lot of hits, a lot of popularity behind it. So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and get BTD, all you have to do is go over to pancakeswap and just add the address that will be in the description to this area right here, and then BTD. I keep doing it. BTD will pop up, and you can trade for anything that you want, and you can go from there. So right now it's at a low price. It will continue to stay at the liquidity that it's at. So no matter how much people buy it up, that's how much will be there. But if people sell it back, then more goes back into the pool, which continues to be that circulation, right? So it will be really good. And as time goes on, remember that Shiba Inu will be burned off and different pieces are going to be taken. It's going to be basically like I sell 10 and that's going to go into my spreadsheet to where I know I'm going to burn off Shiba Inu and this is how much is going to burn off. So I'm going to be very transparent with all that, track everything, tell you guys all that stuff. I also have to do it for tax purposes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So just wanted to give you guys an update on where it is, where we stand, how many holders there are, how many transactions we see, where I see it in the future. But yeah, you guys can really determine the price from here on out. I mean, if you hold 1,000 or more, you can take 100 and put it into the liquidity pool, right? And you can basically determine what the price is. So if you feel as though you have an understanding of that, or you don't have an understanding of that, if you feel like it should be valued at $1, go over to create a liquidity pool, right? And if you wanted to create something new, I have to find something new. So I'll find BUSD, and I'll basically go to BTD. I did it again. And you just go to, like, if you do a 100 to 100, or I guess, yeah, it would be 100 to 100 because it's valued at $1. You basically say it's worth $1, right? So you can take 100 of your BTD and say it's valued at $1. I believe it's valued at $1, and you can set liquidity. You can set the price, right? So, leaving it all up to you. Obviously, I'm behind the scenes working on this, making sure everything flows the right way. And feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter is in the description. Feel free to, reach out to me there. I can always message you privately. People have messaged me about the coin and when they invested. Some people invested really, really early. And obviously all of that fluctuation, moving up, moving down, it's showing maybe something that it shouldn't have, where, you have that fluctuation, it keeps moving. But what it should be is a consistent growth. And that's what we're looking at from here on out. So anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this coin. If you think it's a full, a great idea, or like if you think it's a bad idea, let me know your opinion. I'm all for every single opinion that's out there. I try to be as transparent as possible. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.